Did anybody else not know what day it is?
Every day.
Ever since it turned into October, I don't know what day it is.
I still day of the week. I know what day of the week it is. I never know what the date is.
Yeah.
Guys, I still think it's September, so
not right now.
It just flies by. It's just nuts.
I know. I was like, it's early October, and then it's like, no, Halloween is knocking on our doorsteps.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm really confused. It's a lot right now. I don't. And then last week was 80.
Yes.
And degrees. Now we have do you guys have a freeze warning? Because I was told tomorrow morning it's going to be 30.
Yep.
I don't know. Yeah. Somebody said nor'easter to me, and I'm like, I don't know what that means. I don't know what to tell you about that. One day at a time.
Callie, have you listened to any of Taylor Swift's new songs?
I knew you would ask, and so I did.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, somebody at school had to remind me. They already had asked, did you listen to the Taylor Swift? And I was like, no, I thought it came out on the 16th. And they're like, no, it already came out. And so I was like, I better listen before we record.
Okay.
And I did. You'll be so proud.
Yep. Did you like it?
I mean, it's fine. I don't dislike Taylor Swift. I just don't understand the full scope that everybody else does. It's good. I liked some of the songs. Some of it was fine.
I actually like her. I've enjoyed watching her press tour, and I like listening to her talk about the music, and I find her witty and articulate and for the most part palatable, and I like all the sourdough she's bringing to people with the puns, but none of that has to do with the music. The music I'm fine with, but I appreciate her a lot more than the songs themselves, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Megan? I
love this album. I went to the movie. I was like, this is so great. It reminds me of growing up and that Britney Spears pop, but it's Taylor Swift. So it's 10 times better. And I play the songs all the time in the house and in the car they come on, and everyone's like, I think I like this album better than everyone in my house. I don't know why. And I think I need to have a dance session with Caitlin and her daughters, and maybe Callie will come over too.
I'll come.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm all for it. I have a friend who's really into it, and I would go to a concert. I'm not against a good time. I just don't. I don't I didn't know the day it came out. I'm just not there.
Yeah,
that's all.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's the normal way to live.
I don't know. For most people, I don't think it is anymore.
Yeah, I mean, her Swiftie society is quite large.
Heavy. Charlotte, would you come to our dance party too if we had a Taylor Swift one?
Yeah, always.
Okay. Let's do it.
I don't know. I tried. I saw the movie. I listened to the album at 4:00 in the morning before I went on the internet and could text anyone or hear anybody else's thoughts about it. And I just have a lot of thoughts. I don't need to share them now, but I did try to learn the dance in her music video. And I will say that I don't understand how I could call myself a dancer when the more I do it, the worse I get.
I saw your moves with your daughter. That's why I said, let's have a big dance party. You did a good job.
No, I've had 2 people on TikTok say, stop doing that.
Oh,
yes.
What is the movie?
TikTok comments.
So
it's the video?
Well, she did. I didn't even know what was happening. Annabelle was like, we're going to the movie. And I'm like, what movie? So it's sort of a mini documentary where she explains all of the stories behind each song that she wrote, and then shows you a music video with the lyrics to the songs. Not a music video, but a lyric video for each song. And then she showed how they made the Fate of Ophelia music video, which I will say was really cool to watch because they showed you the video, then they showed you how they made it in multiple stages, and then they show you the video again.
Oh, cute.
And you see
I like that.
Yeah. I don't know. I've never watched the making of a music video, but they don't play the music during the music video when they're dancing and singing.
Sometimes they do, but she doesn't I've heard her talk about it. They all do it to a click track because they don't want the music to get out. And she said that some of the key members of the video that do need to hear it will get a dedicated earpiece. But I've heard her talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was really incredible to watch. especially from a dancer standpoint, where
Oh, yeah.
you see them all just doing it on a consistent click track, and it sounds like somebody's tapping a wooden, like a cowbell kind of thing. That was really interesting to see.
You know what I
But-
want to order? And I feel like all of you would love this. And I learned it from her movie. That posture belt thing that she wears.
Oh.
That thing looks real. I feel like I need that. And I was like, at first, I didn't understand what she was wearing. And then I was like, oh, wow, it's for her posture. And she wears it during rehearsals.
It
What
was
is it,
also
to stand up straight?
it was a mic belt.
But wasn't it for her posture too? Oh,
No.
yeah, no, I think it was.
On
On the top here, this part.
Oh, yes. There was something here, but the thing that she
Yes.
had in the around
But
her-
up here,
what I
because I have one in my Amazon cart.
Okay, so we need you to get this and wear it and report back.
How about next
So we
episode?
know- That's
Okay,
perfect.
done.
Welcome to Just for Moms. I'm Charlotte.
I'm Caitlin.
I'm Megan,
And I'm Callie.
We are regular moms,
talking about regular stuff like
aging, parenthood,
work-life balance
And figuring out what's for dinner again.
A no judgment zone to talk, laugh,
and maybe cry.
About all the things women think about on a daily basis.
I mean, I had some other things I wanted to chat about, but obviously that had to come up first. The second thing that I wanted to discuss is, I guess, wait, am I supposed to say, hi, welcome to episode 32?
It's okay.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Ideally, I guess.
Hi, welcome to episode 32, Just for Moms. It's Caitlin, Charlotte, Callie, and Megan, and we're here. And today we're talking about a whole bunch of stuff. But something really important I was thinking when I was in the shower the other morning is, when was the last time I changed this razor head? And then it got me thinking of all the things that I can never remember when was the last time I changed them, such as my monthly contacts, my toothbrush. I think those were the three things. And I wanted to know if I'm the only person who does not keep track of this and just waits until my contacts are disintegrating or my razor keeps cutting me. Or do you guys keep track of this?
No. What
No.
are we, psychopaths? Somebody has a calendar where they're like, changed my head
I
today.
have a few things that are subscriptions on Amazon,
Yes.
but they're not mission critical.
Yeah.
It's like the collagen for my coffee.
Yeah.
Like, that's just going to run out. And so this saves me the hassle. Yeah, it would be smart to do that sort of thing.
Okay.
I wish everything, like my coffee machine tells me it has like a filter. And then, it'll be like 10% until, and of course I just wait until it's like, it's gone. And then I still wait like a week before I change it. But I wish everything just had that.
Yeah.
I wish my
okay.
sheets would be like, it's been a week. And my razor would be like, hey, we don't work anymore. Wouldn't that be nice?
That would be so nice if they could talk. Because, yeah. All right. You guys made me feel better because I was thinking, man. And then I was thinking about our last episode where Charlotte was bringing up all of these viral TikTok funny, silly things and videos that people know about. And it reminded me of this cat. His name is Merv. And he's Merv the talking cat. And I saw him because I'll go through stages where I download TikTok and then I'm really into it and then I delete it for a while. And this was years ago. And I thought it was fake because the cat talks. Like he actually talks.
Charlotte's face.
And I
His
thought,
meowing sounds like words.
yes. So they'll say, I'm trying to think of an example. I should just pull it up right now. I should have written it down.
I feel like I've seen this.
he
like
says that
early
he-
internet age.
Yes.
This is like
Well,
internet
he's-
15 years ago. Okay.
Oh, no. He just came around, came on the scene around COVID times.
Oh, okay.
And his dad was the cat's dad. The owner of the cat is an actor in LA. And he's best friends with someone from the show Blossom. Remember that show?
Yes.
Actually, I think Blossom herself and him are best friends. And so in the beginning of his
With the
TikToks,
cat or the
it's
dad?
the dad. The dad and Blossom, like in the beginning of his account, it's just them talking. And then all of a sudden he gets this cat and he keeps talking about how the cat seems to mimic him. So if he says, here, kitty, kitty, he'll be like, "Bark, bark, bark, bark." And then it starts developing into like a language and they'll say, Merv, are you hungry? And he'll say, Merv, hungry. And I kid you not, they live in Australia now, and they were just on the news there. It's become this huge thing because the cat talks back.
Wow.
I've never seen this.
No.
So, but I will Google
Yeah.
it as soon as we are done here.
You're
so.
not even going to believe me. You're going to write me back and be like, this is fake. This is AI. And
It's
it's
not.
before.
Okay.
No.
And you log on every day to check out his TikToks
No,
and Reels?
no.
Okay. I
No.
wasn't
Merv
sure.
saying
Okay.
today.
Right now it's a lot of ads because now he's become famous.
Okay.
But it's made me think when Muffin is meowing at me, maybe he's trying to tell me something. Like Merv.
Maybe.
So yeah.
You never know. I mean,
It's just me. All right. Oh my gosh. You guys have any mom fails this week?
I do. I mean, so I have one child who is so over the top dramatic when they're sick to the point where I'm like, it can't be that bad. And so I overcorrect by, like, I don't say it out loud, but it's hard to meet this child where they are because it's like, I don't think it's that bad.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like an asshole because I just do, but also like it's so consistent and like there's not a fever, like it'll be like my throat is sore. And I'm like, I can't, there's not a fix for that. Like here's the lozenges and the
Yeah.
hot water and the cold water. And I think you're just going to have to like hunker down and like get through it. And then the next day it's a little better. And then the next day it's all better. And I don't know. I just feel like a jerk.
Don't feel like a jerk because I'm the
Yeah.
same. I have one too.
Yeah, so do I.
Whose stomach hurts whenever she's tired. And
Or doesn't want to
we
do
finally
something.
or you don't want to do something, and we finally made the correlation that you just need to go to sleep.
Yeah.
But for years it was, my stomach. And so I finally stopped caring. And then all of a sudden I'm like, wait a minute, she's
I know, then
passing
it's
out every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't feel bad.
Well, and then I don't know, like I also have this with kids where the more they perseverate on something, like then it does become a thing because like one time there was a cough and my chest hurts and I can't breathe. And then the anxiety kicks in. And so
Yeah.
it's like, I think you just need to chill. I think you just need to chill out. Like, let's watch a movie and then it'll all get better. They work themselves into a swivet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
And they know how to
Yeah.
milk it too. I just had one home for 3 days and I was like, the whole time I was like, I think you can go to school. I think and finally on day 3, I was like, no, this is enough of this. Like, no.
Goodbye.
It's just, because you feel like, anxious for them, but are they, being an actress? I don't know.
Yeah. And then it's the boy who cried wolf, and you don't know when they actually
Yes.
are
Exactly.
sick. Yeah. Oh, Megan, what's going on with you? Anything?
Sorry, that's me.
Yes, I have a mom fail. So back in the spring, our dentist for my third child, my last, and I'm not having any more, was like, hey, so your son's teeth looks like he's like doesn't have any room for anything. I don't know. When was it? March, April, right? Summer came. She told me, the dentist, you need to make an ortho appointment. I was kind of like, all right, when, summer, I'll get around to it. And then we just went and had his teeth cleaned in September. And she's like, so remember I told you back like 6 months ago when you were here? She's like, have you made that appointment? I'm like, I actually have. We're going in a few weeks. And sure enough, Nico has an underbite. But they were like, yeah, no, you should have gotten in here way sooner. And it's going to take like 6 months now for this and another because like you should have came in sooner. And I'm like, okay, sorry. But like I'm here now. Let's just tackle it. So that's my mom fail that I just put it off too long. But it's finally in the process. So.
But I feel like that's an opinion. Like our orthodontist won't see any of our kids until half their teeth are gone. Like Nico definitely has a ton of teeth to lose.
Yeah, like it's because there's this underbite thing and they showed me in the X-ray like nothing can come in, so it's. I agree, Charlotte, because my other two I was in no rush, but I guess this is a little more severe because nothing can come in. His mouth is so small, and he has an underbite. So I've never had. like I know overbites, but this is like he's crushing
Yeah.
his front teeth like that. So
So are they going to pull teeth?
we're going to start with the expander, but I guess the expander should have been put on, 6 months ago when she told me, because nothing can
my
come
God.
in, nothing this, nothing that, roots, it can create this whole thing. And you're right. There is opinions, but apparently I'm slow, but we're on it now. So it is what it is.
You know
I'll
what?
take
Good
your
job.
money.
Yeah. In the olden days, they didn't have the technology to
Right?
look at that kind of stuff, and you
No.
would have just had a jacked up mouth. So
He'd be on a liquid diet.
Yep.
yeah. Callie, what did you fail at this week?
So we have a laundry basket that lives at the bottom of our stairs for all of the dirty stuff that happens downstairs, which is a lot because the children are dish towels, kids spilling stuff all over themselves, whatever. It fills up in less than 2 days and it goes upstairs and it gets washed. The other day, something smells in our house and we cannot figure out where the smell is coming from. Obviously, I've already spoiled this, but we are convinced that a pipe, this is how bad it smells, a pipe inside of our wall. We have called plumbers to get them to come out. One of our pipes for sure has burst, and nope, it was just the laundry. They smell that bad. It was just that vile. Literally had been cleaned less than 48 hours ago, because that's how often I have to wash this laundry basket. It just smelled so bad. And thank God we discovered it. Of course, because plumbers never call you back.
Yeah.
So thank God the plumber hadn't come out yet to fix anything.
Do we think it was a mixture of poop and puke and pee, or?
I checked. I was like, there's got to be a diaper.
Yeah.
There's the first some sort of diaper. No, I still don't know all I can think is milk, maybe.
Yeah.
Yes.
But even milk within 48 hours, I don't know. Like I said, it's that thing gets cleaned. It fills fast. So it's not like it was sitting there for a week. If it was a week, I could get milk. I don't know. It's just something gross. Kids smell.
Yeah. We currently have a smell situation in our house. I can't figure out where it's coming from, but it's when I walk in the house, it smells like a dead animal maybe, or rotten meat.
Yeah.
And it's the living room. And I haven't found an animal or a hidden thing of meat, so I don't know what stinks.
Hidden thing of meat.
I mean, Arbor is notorious I have found all kinds of food hidden around my house, but I don't think she would have ever had raw meat and stuck it in the cabinet in the living room.
Or maybe it's in the couch cushions or something.
I looked.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah,
That's
even a beef stick. They don't disintegrate and stink.
Yeah.
No. So I feel that on the stinky thing. I just wish that we could find what it is. I wouldn't, my fail is something that I've just it dawned on me the other day because of the Taylor Swift album. I was talking to my oldest. I drive her to school every day. I really appreciate our time together in the car. And I don't know when I just decided that I could start saying, taking our conversations to the next level, where I might talk about more mature topics, but it suddenly happened one day. And then as we're listening to the Taylor Swift album and there's a lot of inappropriate things in there, I just kept changing the songs and saying, maybe we don't need to hear this one. And she's like, well, why not? And I'm like, because there's language in there you don't really need to listen to. She's like, well, I already heard it. And then I realized nope, never mind. I'm not ready to go to the next level. We're not talking about what that word meant. And she seems fine with it, but yeah, I don't know when you guys do. Well, Megan and Charlotte, you're the only ones who would go to that next level with your kids to discuss.
Only if they ask for song. I mean, I just think of the songs that we listen to. It's like a different part of your brain, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. I don't look into it. And again, that song Wood that everyone's of Taylor's that's sexual. I mean, my girls listen to it. I don't think they understand. So I'm just
So Wood, she said, why is this one you didn't want us to listen to? And I was
oh, you did it to yourself.
I said, I just think she's talking about more mature topics than we should discuss here. And then we went and saw the movie where they changed the lyrics and she talks about the opening skies instead of her thighs. And I'm just waiting for Annabelle to be like, wait a minute, why the play on words? Why does she say skies instead of thighs? And I'm like, go talk to your dad.
Yeah.
And then Brandon has a heart attack and that's the end of him. Speaking of, our kids, our topic this week is, I don't even know how I thought of this. It's about sharenting, which sounds like shark to me. So that was just, I had a good giggle while I was thinking about that. But sharenting and how we balance capturing memories while protecting our kids' privacy. And I guess I should define sharenting for everyone who's listening and they're like, stop saying that word and just tell me what it means. The first time that it was used was in 2012 in an article that was published in the Wall Street Journal by a man named Stephen Leckhart. And the article was called The Facebook Free Baby. And it described the phenomenon of parents publicly sharing images and personal details of their children online and it becoming too much, and I guess in 2012, I think back, Facebook was huge. So people just oversharing their child. And now where we are in 2025, there is a clear divide between people on social media who will show their children to a, just like basic level, people who overshare their children, and then people who don't share their children at all, going so far as to put an emoji over their child's face, never showing the front of the child or even mentioning their names, and so on and so forth. So, I wanted to look into the negatives and maybe is there some positives of sharing your children online. And since we're all in social media and have this presence online, your thoughts about it. So before I kind of ramble a little bit into statistics, I just kind of want to get all of your opinions on it, where you stand. Are you pro, I share my kids, or, what level are you at? Let's go there. Kallie.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's a little weird because all of us entered the social media place like when it was early, and like people shared everything publicly. Like we were all just sharing our lives without really thinking about any of the consequences, whether it was our kids or not our kids. It was like we made our lives so public. And then I think a lot of us either entered parenthood during that or we already were parents. And then like with everything that we shared online, we started to like question everything. We're like, wait, we shouldn't share where we are until we've left that location. And so I think a lot of us have probably sort of peeled back how much we shared of our kids as we sort of navigated it. So it's like sort of weird for us because I feel like, yeah, we entered like at the beginning. So yeah, I'm not all the way on one side where I don't share my children or I don't share their names. Obviously, my children have been on my social media. I just, at this point, I'm just like, I'm selective with what I share. Like if it's not part of the story that I need to tell, then I don't share it. I tend to, if I talk about something in parenting, like we do in this podcast, like I just talk about it as a mother and not about my specific child. And that's sort of where I am with it now. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like everything on the internet is like you said, it's like people have to go all the way one side or all the way the other. Mm-hmm. And I think that there's middle ground.
What about you, Charlotte?
I think I'm probably in the same boat. I think when it first started, like back to the original sharenting, like the people that we were engaging with on Facebook were people that we were, quote, friends with. Like there wasn't this sort of anonymous category. Like maybe there were business pages, but I definitely was sharing baby pictures on Facebook because everyone who would see them I knew.
Right.
And so now that I have more people following me and I don't know everyone, I guess I try to question, like, if it's through my lens. So if I'm talking about me as a person or me as a mother and it includes my kids, I might talk about them, but I won't put them on blast. I don't really, the little ones still don't care. When it comes to showing like their pictures, I don't know. I'll share it occasionally. I mean, they're out there in public. I guess if you're a celebrity, I can appreciate blocking off the faces, but like, I don't know. It's not like they have a hood when we go to Stop and Shop. Like people are looking at these kids all the time. I don't know. I know that may be sort of simplistic. So I guess the older kids are a little more sensitive. I do ask before I share them, but yeah, I'm probably right in the middle. I'm same as you, Kallie. I don't know.
Megan?
So I would feel, and for me, I definitely overshare But there's a difference, and it's funny you mentioned Facebook. I feel like Facebook is like my personal friends, and it's my Facebook page personal is private. So I share a lot of family experiences and photos there that I won't share on Instagram to all these followers that I don't, personally know. So, and on Instagram, now that I have 2 teenagers, some of their friends follow me or check out my page. So I feel like my 2 older ones don't want to be on there as much, which I'm fine with, and I respect that. And I feel like the only time they do want to be on my Instagram page is if it benefits them in some way, like, if we're working with Roller Rabbit or something like that. But I don't post them a ton, or I have to ask. I'll ask first, hey, is it okay if I post this, or are you okay with this? Like Nico doesn't care. He's young. He's 8. He likes being on it. And, if he doesn't want to do it, I'm like, fine. But yeah, now that they're older, I would never force them to do it because I don't want them to remember me as the mom that was like, making them do stuff. I mean, maybe when they were younger, I could have a little more, but now it's like they're, I have to respect that. And I do. And, I also try to be cautious with other kids in our photos. If I'm ever posting like a team photo or something from like a soccer game, I'll be like to the parents, I'm so proud of them. Are you okay with me posting it? And if one of the parents is like, no, and I'm like, okay, no problem. But I feel like you definitely have to ask when there's other people's kids in things. Otherwise that can open a whole can of worms. And I respect that because some people don't want their kids on social media. So it's tricky. It's hard, but I just feel like I just want my kids to be comfortable with what I do. And you all go through this too. So it is what it is.
Yeah, I went into this knowing how much and what you share of your children, but our listeners don't know that. I think I'm pretty similar in what I share, and the purpose of me sharing things sometimes is just silly, pointless stuff. But most of the time, if I'm sharing on social media, there was a thought and an intention behind it, and it's never to shame or to embarrass or anything like that. And for me, Facebook is pretty much the same. It's more of my personal space. I upload ridiculous amounts of photos to albums to keep track of things. But right now in 2025, this whole idea of sharenting, or sharing your kids online, is a huge topic because there's people that are new to the space as a new parent, and they're, which way do I go? And so the scary stuff. I found a study in 2023 in Frontier. It's called Frontiers in Psychology. And they found that while many parents believe sharenting strengthens online communities, it also increases risks of identity fraud, digital kidnapping, and long-term psychological harm, as well as exposing children to AI opportunities where their image might be used, cyberbullying, and so on and so forth. So like if you Google this, there's a lot of, it's like, don't post your child and just all of this stuff. And it's not just someone who's has a social presence. You think about it, all parents that have a social media account post, they have to think before they post, because people can see your stuff if your account's not private. The positive aspect of it all is that sharing your children online can create a digital archive of growth, milestones, and everyday moments for you to look back on. It can be a source of joy when a parent shares positive news or a special occasion for extended family and friends who may live far away. And there is a sense of community that can form if you're sharing your children, that maybe you might find someone who's going through the same thing as you. So I thought this topic was important because I have seen some discussion on social media lately of people who have shared their children already deciding not to share them anymore. And it kind of blows my mind because I'm like, well, wait, are you going to go back and delete everything you've ever done? And if you've ever been on the news, or if you've ever been in a published article with all of your children, are you going back now to these places and having them remove your child's photo? Because you can Google and find anything. So, it's like once you're in, right? That was a question.
Yeah. No, you're right. I mean, it is because I do follow some accounts like this, Caitlin, and I have noticed that all of a sudden they stop showing their kids. And I respect that, but you're right. Do they go back in and delete every single thing? Or they just start like tomorrow, I'm going to start not posting my kids. So do I leave everything else up? I know. Guess it's just how that person wants to handle
And
it.
how much of the scary stuff is gonna pertain to you. I mean, it's one of those things that, there's risks of being abducted, but is that gonna actually happen?
I think that's where I land is I don't feel like I'm sharing my kids enough to, I don't know, you're right. They're out there. And so they're out there, but I guess, I don't know. There's so many things to worry about that part of me is like, I just can't have this be one of them. And I don't know, like, I guess there's so many scenarios you can play out where it's like, oh, now they know what your kids look like. And could they, like, okay, we could do the what if game, but I guess for me, that feels like a stretch. And so, I'm sharing them. Like, I can't think of the last time one of my kids was on one of my stories. I mean, I guess I share maybe Arthur and I walking to the bus in the morning. But that, I don't know. Like, if that's what is, if someone is going to take that, then I just think we're already long gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's one of those things. I mean, and I'm not trying to like discount that we shouldn't be careful, but I do feel like it's one of those things, like so much on the internet where the one like evil side blows up to the point where, I mean, no wonder every parent has just crippling anxiety. I mean, you can think about things with foods that we're feeding our kids or, all sorts of stuff. So I do feel like, and I'm not trying to like discredit it, and I'm not trying to shame anyone who's decided not to show their child. I think that's totally fine. It's a choice to do. But I do think if you're somebody who you're like, oh my God, I should have never done this, or like you're having all of this like shame or worry about a couple of photos that you've put up of your kids, I do think that, maybe it's one of those things that, like, going back to my point at the beginning, there is some middle ground. I do think it's great that we've thought about it as parents, and I think that it's smart for us to check ourselves, because I think probably whether our kids are involved or not, I think we've all shared something and then be like, oh, we shouldn't have done that. So I think it's good that just in general, we're starting to think a little bit more about what we put out publicly, because it's become so quick and instantaneously that we can do it. But I think that there's some fear mongering going around in that sphere.
Yeah. When I was trying to find positives, it was like negative, negative. Ooh, here's a good line. And then just the rest garbage. Like, don't share anything about your kids. And I ask my children before I share stuff. Like the other day I did a dance with my daughter and I put it on the internet and she knew it. And, sure, somebody out there is going to tell me, well, she's too young to make that decision that you put her on there. But it's, I'm the parent, not you.
Like,
I made the decision.
One positive I can think of, Caitlin, and again, this goes to Facebook, not my public Instagram, is my private Facebook. I like to see like my friends and family pictures of their kids, so then I know what's going on in their families, with their families. Then I see them somewhere. I'm like, oh, hey, I saw that, Jackson won at the swim meet. That's so great. So it's like keeps me in the loop. And again, those are all private pages on Facebook. You can obviously anything on the internet once you post it, but I'm just saying like our pages are private. So like keeping in the loop of what people are up to, and like aunts and uncles that live far away, that would be for me the only, I guess that's a positive thing, is posting stuff so they can keep up to date with my kids if I'm not seeing them. And then also I get to see it too.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of my favorite things about it, is that I can see my husband's family that lives in different states and what they're up to. And a lot of times their family accounts are private or it's shared within a close circle. And so I really appreciate that aspect of it. it's just the fear mongering is real, I think, for new parents.
Yep.
And there's different ways that you can share without oversharing. What are your thoughts on parents who create accounts for their kids, like individually, and then let their kids take them over? Because that's in the dance world is a new thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
To me, where I'll see a dancer at a competition and then I hear the dance studio they go to, and you go to the dance studio page and the child has their own page, but it's run by the mom account. And I thought that's something new I have never seen before. And I told my kids we're not doing that. I have no reason to be doing that.
I mean, I guess my knee-jerk reaction to that is I worry that it's setting sort of the wrong tone. Like, you're showing this kid, even if they have nothing to do with it, that social media and a social media presence is like an important part of one's identity, and it's a valuable commodity. I mean, yes, the hypocrisy of me saying that is real because that's a big part of my business. But I guess it's one thing to sort of, I don't know. I guess for me, a business is different than I worry that it's like being a popular kid, like it's just setting the wrong value system. But I also feel like I could have the conversation with someone who would be like, yeah, it's a nice way to save highlights. And like, I'm sure there's a rationale behind it other than I just want you to have like I don't know. I guess I would want to know the rationale. If it's just a holding area for fun stuff, like a bulletin board, then I certainly don't have the time to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I know my friend had one for her daughter because she's trying to get into college for soccer, so it's like her soccer skills and highlights that I get. The dance.
Me too.
I mean, are they trying to get into a summer intensive by posting this? I feel like there has to be like a reason, or like Charlotte said, it's just for the popularity. So I think it just depends on the person.
Yeah. It's scary. I mean, it's the idea of it sort of scare. Like, whenever I see kid accounts, it kind of freaks me out. And I try to, like Charlotte said, I try to be like, I'm sure there's other reasons to it. But children on social media, like in their own way, or when they have their own accounts and they're like talking to it gives me like, there's just something about it that just does not jive right with me. And especially because it's so different to me than just creating an archive of something that maybe you're going to send to a school, because there's a social, unless it's a private account, there's a social piece of it. And there's all these people who can see it and they can like it and they can comment on it. And I really worry about a child then being able to read and see all of this feedback about themselves, especially just, I mean, kids, like their brains are not even fully developed, and like we're like, you can't drive cars and go to war, but like you can, I don't know. That's my
right. It's that performative aspect. And then I also worry, like, I don't know, the hardest thing about being a parent is unknotting my identity and ego with that of my kids. Like, keeping those two things separate is really hard. And I think as parents, we can't help but, see what our kids do and feel personal pride in what they do. And then the flip side of that is if our kids like screw up, we feel like it's a hit to our ego. And I guess I worry where are the motives for that? Is it the parent being able to sort of brag on their kid and be like, look at all this stuff that they did? And is it hiding behind like the altruism of whatever the intent is? Or I don't know. I guess that's where it feels like it could get sort of murky and dangerous, not from like a safety point of view, just from a development.
Yeah. I think about accounts, people I personally know who overshare their children's accomplishments just over and over and over again. And I can't help but think, are they allowed to fail? Like, what kind of standards are you setting for your child? But then again, are you really going to post, my kid didn't do so great at the cross country meet last week, like better luck next time? Like, I don't know. That's just, when I think about the Facebook sharing, because that's usually where I see it, there's a lot of, listing of the accomplishments of that week or of the, the month. And does your child want you sharing that? Does your, or what's your intention of sharing that? If it's not for family and friends to keep an update in your life, then who are you doing this for?
Wait, can I?
Well, it sort of exacerbates that like highlight reel aspect of social media that is just part of the nonsense.
Yeah.
So there's this family friend, and she got an award, and then she got a job, and blah blah blah. And the way this girl posted it on Facebook, it was like, so I would like to thank. Congratulations to myself and to my mom and my dad and my brother. I worked so hard for my first job and blah, 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 blah. And I went to college and these were my friends and thank you to them. And I was like, wow.
Wait, was she serious or was it all tongue in cheek? Oh,
like an Academy Award.
I'd like to thank and congratulations to me. And I'm like, okay, good for you.
Who's the woman that accepted an award and she was like, I'd like to thank me?
Stifler's mom. Stifler's
Did she
mom,
do that
whatever
too?
her name is.
Jennifer Coolidge?
Jennifer Coolidge.
Yeah.
Did.
Someone else did that too.
Someone else did. Yeah.
Oh, I think there was like in the early days of TikTok an audio, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't even know what do we call him now. It was
Snoop Dogg. Well, Snoop Dogg does
maybe
one,
it was Snoop Dogg.
right? Where
The
like
one where
every
he's like, I
Mother's
want to thank
Day.
me for. Oh, you're right. I think it was Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
I know. Or there was a golf one too this summer my brother sent to me, this kid that we grew up with. And I don't really care if he hears this because who posts this? He won like the country club membership, right? And same thing. It was like 7th year in a row, I'm number 1. And I'd like to thank my wife and my kids and my mom and this pro for teaching me this. And I'm like, dude, seriously, you're like 40 years old. Like who writes that?
Well, before you had Facebook, I don't know, there's still people who do this, but I remember being little and every Christmas we would get a letter in the mail from with a full write-up of the whole family's accomplishments for the year.
Yes.
And I swear my mom one year was like, I cannot wait to write one that's just awful. Like I'm going to send all of our bad stuff.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about that when you said that. I was like, wouldn't it be funny to do one? Be like, here's some stuff we did, and like, here's all when every shit hit the wall.
Yeah.
We had a friend who used to do that. They do, like this year, John finally worked out his like foot fungus situation, and like
that's awesome.
I actually would love that if people
did both the pros and the cons. Yeah, that would be funny.
Yeah. On one side, you have like the family's great milestones of 2025, and then on the other side, it's like, and here's why it also sucked.
Yes,
that would be wonderful if someone could do that for me. I would love it. Well, I feel like we should give some advice to any new parents who are feeling like, oh, wow, should I not share? Should I share? Or, hold on, I just lost my notes. I know you guys all thought of something. Oh, hi.
Hello, dog.
I know you all thought of something. So if anybody wants to start and say some advice to a new parent who's, doesn't really know how to navigate the world of sharing your child on social media.
I feel like I have like 2 basic rules that I use. The first one is especially since my kids are younger and they're not older, like your kids were like, they'd be like, don't post that. They don't even know what that means. So I always ask myself, would this be embarrassing to them when they're 10, 15, and 21? And then the other thing I've started doing a lot more is like, which goes back to what we were just saying, is I always like check my ego about it. Sort of like you were just saying, I'm like, am I posting this just because I think it's going to make my kid look great or thus make me look like a good parent? Like, is this an ego thing? Which is something that I've been doing a lot more recently too. And I feel like that is helpful.
Good.
Yeah. That's the ego thing for me. Like, what is the purpose? Is the purpose is this like a shared experience that everyone can relate to? Is it somehow highlighting and centering my kid? Is it somehow centering me because of my kid? So I think of the purpose. I think of like the frequency. I don't know if that's part of it. And then like, what is the occasion? I don't know. Like sharing my kid on their birthday feels like a reasonable time
Yeah.
to share it. And then I definitely do the, like, if they were sitting around the cafeteria table with all their friends watching this next to them, would they laugh and find it silly? Would it be innocuous, or would they be horrified?
Yeah. Megan, do you have anything different? to add?
Sort of the same. Just, do what's best for your house and what feels right inside for you. And I would say just respect your kids. If they don't want something posted or they see something, like sometimes I'm like proud of Gianna. And so I try not to do it in a bragging way. I mean, probably it does come over that way where like she scored a goal and I'll be like, wow, great job by Gianna. And it was a team effort and they won. So it's like, I'm trying to make it like a team thing too. And she'll be like, Mom, take that down. I'm like, okay, fine. I'll take it down. I was just so proud of you, and I'm like, she's like, yeah, no, Mom, it was cringe. I'm like, okay, fine. Delete. And that's that.
I think my best advice would be to not let other people dictate what you do. So you want to share your kid, then share your kid. If your best friend's mad at you for sharing your kid, well, it's not hers. And then if you have somebody pressuring you to share because they don't live in the same state as you or you don't see each other often, that's why you can email photos and text messaging.
Oh, yeah.
My text photos.
My sister-in-law does the shared album because she doesn't like social media. So we get that. Yeah.
So there's options. At this point of our episode, I think we're going to move into pits and peaks, where if anybody has any great things to share or not so great things to share, I don't even know what I'm sharing this week. So
I get to see my daughter. It's family weekend. I haven't seen her. She went away to school when I was gone for work, so I haven't seen her in person
since January. No, wait. I'm sorry. We're in the fall, and that this summer's already happened. So I was going back to like the last time we were on break from school, and so in my mind that was January. It's not. It was the summer. It's fine. I'm fine. We're good. So since the summer, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Good
wait,
job.
you go up there?
I will go up and spend the night and go to classes and stuff. And then she gets to come home for the weekend. And then we put her on a bus on Tuesday and she goes back.
Nice.
Oh, but that's so fun.
Yeah.
Good. Megan or Kallie?
Go ahead, Kallie.
I have a peak. So Miles turns 7 not this weekend, but this next weekend. So in our house, kids get to pick what they want for dinner and they get to pick what their cake is. Miles is picking sushi and a marble cake with chocolate frosting, which is like exactly what I would pick. Played. And I was like, wow, this is the best. This is the best thing ever.
I love it that he's already weighed in. Like he knows.
Oh, yeah. We've been talking about it I've been asking for weeks. I need to know, what are we eating? Yeah.
I'm sure I've shared this before. My brother's meal of choice was always fish sticks, which are like so bad.
Sad.
Yeah, I mean, like it's just a little bit like I feel like it's pizza and mac and cheese has been like the go, or like McDonald's drive-through, So that's like fun. Now we're on the
other. Charlotte's like, maybe he's gonna change, and he's like, get out that box of fish sticks. Let's go.
Reheat those. We were like, yay, happy birthday.
How about you, Megan?
So I have a peak. So it was October 1st and Nico was like, Mom, none of the Halloween decorations are up. Like, let's go. Like, where's all the pumpkins? Where's all the witches? So I felt the pressure and I did the front porch, and I have this awful inflatable hanging from my roof. It's like a dog with a skeleton in its mouth. And I didn't tell him. He got off the bus. I'll share my stories. He was like, best day ever. Like, whoa. And I'm like, and then my teenagers are like, Mom, that thing, like, really? Like, my friends can't see that on our house.
Oh, I love that. That's awesome. Wait, Kallie and Charlotte, is your house is Skelly up?
No, I was trying to finish Eleanor's bedroom before she come home. So I might do it today or tomorrow.
Oh, love her.
And Kallie, do you do any outdoor?
Yeah, we live where people trick or treat. So you do, by Halloween, I need to be ready. But a lot of people don't decorate until like the 2 weeks before. I don't know. It's just that's how they are here. Anyways, I put up a skeleton, and then this is going to end up being a longer story than I anticipated it being. Miles wanted to decorate the windows, and so one morning he spent hours making ghosts, but like out of paper towels, which God bless him, it's so cute. But now there's like paper towels hanging in my front window, and I like want to be the cool mom and be like, "That's great, there's paper towels, literally paper towels hanging in my so." Michael and I had this powwow because I was having a lot of guilt. I was like, Michael, am I killing his creativity by telling him he can't have paper towels hanging in the front? Like, am I a horrible mother? So we finally decided that we're going to make black cutout ghosts. And then I bought green tissue paper. I'm going to like shine it. Anyway, so this weekend, that's my long way of telling you, this weekend we're going to do that. So it's
so
kind of
fun.
decorated, but just with paper, like from the outside, it looks like I have paper towels hanging in my window.
Or maybe it looks like something else too.
It's not good. We had a whole thing, and I tried to be like, why don't you decorate the bedrooms? But like, he's old enough to know that you decorate the front that people can see.
Yeah.
And like, he made some really cool. I mean, they're very cool. And I'm like, why can't you be just chill, mom? Just like let him have it. Just do it. But then part of me is like, I don't know. Are you supposed to just let kids do whatever? It is my house. You know, he's a kid. And so I'm walking this very fine line right now of what
they may be too
proper.
small to see from the road for the trick or treaters.
They are not they're not too small. No, that is not the problem. Okay. So, anyways,
I need to see them.
I'll send you a picture.
I really would like to see them. We're fully in Halloween decoration mode outside. Every time I see the spider webs on the bush, I'm like, what is that? Oh yeah, there's spider webs. My peak. Oh, we're going to Cape Cod this weekend for fall break.
Yay.
It's a little of a bit of a pit because I guess there's this nor'easter, right? It's supposed to rain, but I don't care.
Sounds cozy.
Yeah. The house is right overlooking the water, and it'll be fun to get away. So I think that's it, guys. That's the end of our episode.
That's all she wrote.
We did it.
Hope you have a good day.
Time to go set up my skeleton.
Yes.